has something. You got a mic.
Yeah, I got it. You know, I've been doing this, we talk about effort.
Can't hear you.
I'll put it closer.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was brought up about effort, and all the things that you've done. Let me talk about effort. Over 4 decades I worked for this town in various ways. Planning board, recreation, conservation, council several terms from 1988 to 92, and I'm back again now. And I never said I'd do this again. I faced the Ocean State Power Plant while I was on the council. I faced a proposal for a racing track in town, plus all other kinds of things. And people say, well, I was backed in the corner on many issues where I had to make a personal decision. Many times I did. Every time I did, it came back to bite us. But we're all human, we all make mistakes. I don't know if anyone realizes the things I've done for this town that are positive. And I'm not going to go into the whole litany of things I've done, but I kind of think outside the box. Now, it's unfair for us to be polled in this issue right now for so many reasons. But let me address the legislation for a minute. The legislation as proposed would set the most dangerous precedent I've ever seen in all my years of town service. And why I say that is this: it's not the content as much as the method. I've never seen special legislation across this state that had no direct involvement of the city or town council in effects. That's exactly what happened to us. This council was blindsided by that legislation. Excuse me. We found out about it. We had a meeting at the middle school. We discussed it on what we should do about it. We really thought it would die at the State House due to the fact, the way it was proposed. It didn't happen that way. It seemed to be pushed through the legislature at such a rapid pace, we were surprised. We were forced to endorse a letter, individually collected and suggested by our earlier discussions. That letter, as you put it, successfully stopped it. The reason why it was, in my view, and I was one of the proponents that was totally against the method, was the fact the town council had no involvement in that decision. Why not ask this question of the people? And I would have supported this 100%. Do you want a power plant? Yes or no? The tax treaty issue, if anyone in here thinks that tax treaty issue was going to be stopped, if you voted it down, would stop that proposal, somebody's feeding you bad information. That would not have stopped the proposal. It would just put the town, listen, I sat here for the last 2 hours and listened to everything you said. Please, don't jump in on me from the audience. I will stop talking because I tried this before and that happened then. I will, next time it happens, I'll stop. I promise. As chairman of the Conservation Commission for 7 years, member for 10, maybe it was 8 years, I'm a strong environmentalist. I'm going to say that. Many of you people know. I'm called the resident tree hugger by a lot of people. Not a typical Republican. There's not too many people that know Buck Hill better than me. I spend many, many hours hiking up there. I've been an avid outdoorsman, sportsman in this town. I've lived here most of my life. I was a native here. I moved away a few times due to family problems with split marriage, my parents. But I always managed to come back here. I lived in Providence, lived in Gloucester, I lived in Situate, Rhode Island, I lived in Atlanta, Georgia, St. Petersburg, Florida. Where I come back to home. This is my home. Many of the people I went to school with, many people out there, I coached your children in baseball, which I probably coached for better than 20 years. The issues here surrounding the council are complicated. I know you're pushing us to make a collective decision. We can't do that right now. If we do, we jeopardize the process. We open ourselves for lawsuits forever. We went through a 6-year problem with Ocean State Power with lawsuits that cost this town tremendous amounts of money. It's our responsibility to do what we have to do as elected officials to make sure the town's protected as best we can, and we must assume the worst-case scenario, that our protests may go on unheard ears. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully all you people here that are against this proposal will get what you desire. But please, I know you don't like the word patience. The process must go. It's state law driven. To tell you the truth, the state does not want the local authorities in any community to have a say in this, because who wants a power plant in their backyard? That's why they do what they do. It's only common sense.